Information has been released about an incident involving a Georgetown Police Department K-9. According to Georgetown Police, K-9 Rex bit a family member of its handler on August 1st. While trying to remove Rex after the incident, police say the dog became aggressive toward one of the officers and began to bite him. Rex pinned the officer down while maintaining a strong bite, and police say Rex failed to respond to commands to release his bite, so the officers made the difficult decision to euthanize him. This is a developing story. We've been making calls, trying to get more information, and we will keep you updated both on air and online.